What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We are back with Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Oh my god, it is good being back, doing things, hanging out with you guys. I've been busy. You know, usual stuff. Busy, doing work, doing school. I've got to do like this 10-hour OSHA training program. Actually had to go to my go to one of my classes today. We got like a project thing, so I actually had to go and do that. Then I went to a movie. If anybody's wondering, well, AJ, what movie did you go see? I went to go see the new Jurassic World movie. And if your question is, AJ, well, how was it? Well, person who's not really asking the question, but I feel like answering, it was okay. It was fine. I think like they could have done more with the concept of like the hybrid dinosaurs, and there were things they could have done more with and spent more time doing, because there were times where it's like, hey, okay, I get it, you're doing cool dinosaur scene, but you could have, actually done something else, something that actually moved the plot. So I feel like at times it kind of just panders or plods when it really could have done more actual plot and story stuff. But all in all, it was fun. The CG was good. The acting was pretty spot on.
All the same schematics in Mexico that you have access to in the UCA. But as you link up more facilities to increase chiral network bandwidth and improve your connection,
I got a bucket of movie theater popcorn next to me, so if you hear me munching on things, I'm snacking.
Expanding your fabrication options further. I heard that you're planning to extend chiral network.
Ooh, that was good. That was a nice buttery piece.
As far as that research facility. So go ahead and pick up the order I posted for you. I'll explain the finer details of the mission while you look at the map provided by ABAS.
But yeah, movie was really good. The guy who plays the scientist guy in this movie, really good. Really liked him. I think his performance was really good. I liked his character the most. I forgot Scarlett Johansson was going to be in this movie. As far as her, not bad. I'm not a big Scarlett Johansson fan. Nothing against her. She's fine. But you know what? She was pretty good in this movie. Oh yeah, you can go back and you can actually like replay these little conversations with the people at the different spots. See, I think I saw somebody going, oh god, what channel was it? I think it was Some Ordinary Gamers, or no, wait, is that Mudahar's channel? I think that's Mudahar's channel. I'll let this play.
The people there don't have enough medical equipment to meet their needs. If you bring them this delivery, you'll be sure to earn their trust. And once you've done that, you'll have an easier time convincing them to become part of the chiral network. Timefall is coming down hard in this area. Cargo containers that are exposed to timefall will begin to degrade. If you carry container repair spray with you, you can use it to mitigate these effects before it becomes a problem. Keep an eye out for the rivers and bandit camps in the area too. Hazards like these can make your life much harder. On your way to Villa Libre, you might pass a post box we built. We left behind some spare equipment in its shared locker. If you see it, take a look inside. Everything is yours to use as you deem fit. There should be materials in there too, enough to fabricate something if you like. Also, if you have any extra equipment, you can use the box to donate it to other people. With a moment's generosity, you can make another porter's day. Finally, each postbox has a private locker which can be used to store equipment for later use, and a recycle feature that will turn any unneeded items into materials. So what do you think? Have enough information to
I like the changes to the postbox. I still don't use it, but they make it more useful. Well, I bet I could actually probably use the postbox more. I use the watchtowers a lot more in this game because, again, I'm talking over.
Don't forget to take into account all the other extras you'll need to carry to get the job done. Every piece of equipment you take also adds to your overall weight. So think carefully about your loadout. Try to pick critical items that won't weigh you down and wear you out when combined with your cargo. Run out of stamina halfway through a delivery, and you're in for a world of hurt.
See, I generally carry the same thing for every trip. You know, I try and have a container of climbing anchors, a ladder, maybe 2 ladders, because in this game you can kind of stack them, so that's pretty cool. But I keep those 2. I keep a pistol, I keep an assault rifle, I keep a shotgun. I think that's, yeah, no, and I also keep a sticky gun for collecting any equipment out there. You know, maybe I'll keep some repair spray. I'll always make sure I have anti-BT grenades or whatever in my back pocket. Which I do really like the change to guns once we get involved with them in this game. And also, if you see me here just kind of like putzing around with stuff, really the auto range is really good in this game. But so, you know, so I like the guns in this game just because, you know, you don't have to worry about, oh, okay, is it a rubber, does it fire a rubber bullet? Well, I guess it, sorry, I'm thinking here. I think you do have to worry if they use rubber bullets when you pick them up off of survivalists and bandits and whatnot. But you know, anything that you craft, they're non-lethal. You only need to buy 1 gun. They also work against BTs. They work against everything. It's nice. It's a lot more streamlined from what it was in the first game. Now, as I was saying earlier, I saw somebody going against some ordinary gamers, and I believe that's Mudahar's channel. I think he was saying some, you know, he was saying a lot of really good things about this game, saying that he was shilling for Death Stranding 2. And this is where I'm going to sit and go, look, I'm not going to sit here and, you know, quote unquote shill for this game, but I am going to sit here and say, I think the game's really good. But at the same time, this is a game that I don't know how to put it. Just because it's good, this is not one of those games that I would suggest to anyone. You know, it's like the first game. The first game was really good. It's just weird. And I can totally get where people wouldn't like it because of how out there it is. And that's okay. I feel like some people, I just feel like we're shitting on the first game in this game. It's almost like, oh, it's cool to hate on Kojima. I'm like, oh, eat me. The guy, you know, it's like, oh, well, he used to be artsy and now he's just whatever. And I'm like, oh god, just bite me. You know, he used to be cool when he was artsy and now he's not really being artsy anymore. Now he's just being, I'm like, I have consistently liked Kojima when he was with Konami, and now that he has left Konami, this game is cool. There are a lot of moments in this game where I'm like, hey Kojima, why are we ripping off Metal Gear, or why are you trying to make this as Metal Gear Solid as possible? Are we going to get sued by Konami here? If you notice, I am going to do this. As you watch this and probably the next couple of videos, because I've got so much recorded and I need to get things edited and onto my spare hard drive and off my computer because it's taking up a lot of space. Tell me what you think about the fast forwarding. I'm doing this on these more long, you know, where I'm not really doing anything interesting. I'm just kind of I'm either just retreading old ground. I'm going back to, you know, I'm going back and forth between old places, just doing standard deliveries to boost the star rating for those characters. You know, anything like that. I'm trying, like, I'll cut back to normal speed for the interesting stuff. But again, if you think I'm doing it too much, too little, what have you, hit me up in the comments. I'm happy to kind of change how I do things, but, you know. Just I want your opinion on it. But until I get those opinions, I'm gonna do it the way I'm doing it. So that's how I'll phrase it. Yeah, whatever I was saying, I think people are just giving this game just I just feel like they're treating this game a little too much like, oh, of course you like it. It's Kojima. You're just saying you like it when really it's not as good as it is. You're just saying you like it because it's Kojima. I'm like, no, I'm saying I like this game because I find this game really fun. It's really weird, and its concept, I can totally get a lot of people not liking them. It's like weird simulator games. I love simulator games. You know, I love, like, the tedium involved in them. I mean, hell, my job that I do at work is actually pretty tedious, yet I'm the guy who loves it. You know, people are always, you know, like, oh, we're just labeling cables and this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, I fucking love it. I'm having a ridiculous amount of fun. I don't know what you guys are talking about. So, yeah, I guess it's just kind of my personality with this game is why I love it and why I loved the first Death Stranding so much. But, you know, I can totally get where people wouldn't enjoy this game as much. But I could also understand where people would say it's amazing. That's why I'm like, I couldn't put this or the first game in like a top 10 list. Because I don't fucking know, man. Because this game, it's just the oddity that is this game. It's got such a unique, I keep saying weird, but this kind of unique gameplay loop. It's why I said I don't think I could suggest this to a lot of people. You know, I mean, the people I have suggested it to, they've gone and played. I've said it's out there. It's a weird concept. It's this, that, the other thing, and then they go out and play it and go. And I've gotten either, yeah, I really didn't like it. It's not for me. Or I have gotten people who've gone, holy shit, it's so cool. And I'm like, I know. So yeah, so you know, it's one of those things that this is just a very unique game. You know, and I think people who, I think the people who are giving this game hate are the people who are trying to be, oh, well, I wouldn't say a Kojima game's the, you know, oh, well, you're just being a Kojima fanboy. Oh, you know, they're trying to seem cool by trying to be, I'm not like, you know, I'm not one of the sheep. In which I say, eat me. Oh, God, after I'm done with this video, I'm gonna have to lie down. I'm getting a headache. Okay, I feel like that guy should have been noticed. Like, the distance at which you can get spotted in this game is ridiculous. So there are moments like that where where you can zap somebody right next to somebody else. Like, see that assault rifle? Rubber bullets. But you know what I mean? Like, you can zap somebody that close to each other, and they don't. I'm like, come on. Come on. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, yeah, you can pick up, like, their little electric javelins. You can throw them at people. You can swing them at people. I don't use them because I just prefer guns, so. But, yeah, you can use them. Come on. There you go, me. Putting on the... Might as well take the full container repair spray. And now I'm just going to keep knocking shit off my back. Okay, nobody around. Well, that was interesting. Got a message on our oh my god, my brain just will not function here. Got a message on our internal communication channel. It's like, hey, we replaced this, and now a whole bunch of shit's not working. You know, oh. Yay. It's weird that people are saying that people are talking about things like they're doing work right now. I could have sworn they that the site closed at much earlier today because of the holiday weekend. Huh. Okay, this is awesome. So you can actually shoot out of vehicles now. So that's pretty cool. It does frustrate me how easy it is to damage things that are sitting in your truck. And it's like, oh hey, I hit something going very slowly. Yeah, by the way, now everything's damaged. But there are, yet I've hit things going much faster, and it's going, no, everything's fine. So it's like, can we get a, what damages shit? I don't understand. I feel like I could have started that speed up a lot sooner. Just trying to find my way up. Just grabbing whatever I can from there. This vehicle does not have a good battery.
That's the place, huh?
I mean, I guess it makes sense. It is a, you know, a scavenger vehicle. Like until I get the ability to craft these in the first game, I would steal those things and just drive them all over the place. I just wish they would have let you store them in your garage.
You're Sam, right? Did the timefall give you a lot of trouble? Thanks for making the trip. Allow me to assess the condition of your cargo. It is almost breathtaking how perfect this looks. Wow. Did not think we would ever get this back, but seems I was wrong. Thank you so much for bringing it in. I have to say, this was well worth the wait. Time to connect the Cupid. Once we're part of the chiral network, we'll be able to use these remote medical units you brought. I can get myself checked out as well. We've all been looking forward to this. So go ahead and link us up.
I still don't like... Well, that's not the way to phrase it. I like the Cupid from the first game better. Now, this one's fine. I don't know. I don't think it looks as cool. Like, if anything, I feel like that one was more streamlined and futuristic looking than this, like, bulky thing. It looks like he's wearing a bunch of USBs on his around his neck instead of, you know, just the sleek metallic look of the one in the first game. It's a quokka.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Chiral communications have been established. Now I can finally use one of these medical units to assess the condition of the child I'm carrying. I just pray they're strong and healthy. The elderly residents here will also be happy to receive proper medical care. Oh, seems like you should be capable of fabricating PCCs now as well. Probably thanks to the chiral network expansion and the resulting increase in total bandwidth. Of course, every additional structure will eat into that bandwidth, but there should be more than enough to support anything you build. Within reason, that is. There's one other problem we've been dealing with lately, though. It's not a critical issue, so I've posted an aid request with further details. If you're interested, you can check it out via your Ring terminal. Some of the cargo we had stored here was washed away during a massive flood. The water carried it into bandit territory, so we're in no position to reclaim it ourselves. I know this isn't the sort of thing a porter like you normally does, but if you're willing and able, please, check the aid request. All of the relevant details should be available for review on that Ring terminal you're wearing. You can use it to confirm the cargo's location. So, if your travels happen to take you out that way, we'd really appreciate the help. The only people that still live here other than myself are elderly. The last of the younger residents decided to risk it all and leave for Ciudad Nudo del Norte a while back. Too many bandits in these parts. Like the one I used to be. We took what we wanted and didn't care about anyone but ourselves. But after I got pregnant, I realized I could not keep living like that. Had to clean up my act. Start living for someone else. My friends didn't understand at all, so they ditched me, left me to wander on my own. Until the people here agreed to take me in. Even though the poor souls are struggling with all kinds of health issues. That's why we put in the order for these remote medical units. I'm not sure. I should have given birth to my child ages ago. But for some reason, the fetus seems to have stopped growing at 7 months. If something's wrong with my body, I can't tell what it is. And not knowing is driving me insane. But with one of our new medical units, I might finally be able to get answers. I want to believe I can still bring this child into the world someday. A new order has just come through for you. Looks like the residents of the C1 South Distribution Center need you to recover some cargo from a bandit encampment and bring it to them. You can review the specifics of the order when you get around to accepting it. So once you're good to go, access the delivery terminal here to get underway. I'll share additional info with you as soon as you do so.
Order completed. Well done.
Not sure if there's going to be dialogue here before I start yapping. All right. Okay. I remember this one. So we have to go to the go to an enemy camp, collect the item or collect the cargo, and then go to the next place. I'm just going to store a bunch of the resources there. what was I thinking? The whole thing with her, if you're curious about what's going on with her baby, we get reference to something similar. Is it still mother syndrome? It's something. No, it's not still mother syndrome. It's I can't remember. But it's like at like 7 months, the baby just stops growing. So it ends up kind of being, it's like stillborn syndrome or something like that. But the baby's not like actually born. So
Okay, Sam.
it's almost like time
Then
freezes
I'll
for the
bring you up to
baby.
speed with what I know. The order you've undertaken is to recover chiral density gauges that have been stolen by bandits and taken back to their base. The base is located in some overgrown ruins, so you'll have a hard time getting a clear view of it. You might want to construct a watchtower nearby before you charge in. With it, you can get a better handle on the situation and improve your odds of getting the job done quietly. But that's not all, of course. Other porters are also able to make use of your structures. This way, you can help out the people who follow in your footsteps through this area. Think about what I told you and finalize your route. Best of luck to you out there.
Okay, so what was I about to say? So that's what's going on with her baby. The syndrome or whatever's going on is explained. It's said later in a story conversation, and then something shows up in the. Is it called the corpus in this game? I'm just probably going to keep calling it a codex. So the other thing, she mentioned aid requests. What is an aid request in this game? It is not a standard order, and it is not a. It's essentially an optional objective, that you can go out into the world and complete. It's like, hey, maybe there's cargo out here. Go fight some bandits. There's, go with a PCC and create something somewhere. Essentially, it's a way to get. It's just another way to get likes from the different locations. And some of them actually kind of have like some small stories connected to them. Like later on in this, on this map here in Mexico, we'll meet a painter, and she's like, "Hey, create a timefall shelter outside my little bomb shelter." And you create it, and eventually you'll get something in the little social media thing in this game of a picture of her standing outside her shelter under the timefall painting. So, it's like, oh, thanks, Sam. Now I can paint outside and blah, 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 blah. So, there's not necessarily story connected to them, but there kind of is, but there kind of isn't. It's cute. It's fine. We'll also end up finding new kinds of cryptobiotes, or whatever the little bug things that you can eat are. So, you get the normal ones that boost your blood. You can get other ones that boost stamina, and then you can get a third kind that'll actually recharge your battery. Like, I ran to one and started just collecting. And then I started trying to eat them to boost up my blood reserves, because all my blood packs were out in my my utility pouch. And I was like, wait, why is my blood going up? And then I realized, oh, there are different kinds in this game. Now this is why this place is called Spider Hill. Yeah, they're not nice. If you're...
Analysis confirms that these hostile life forms are chiral creatures.
Yes, chiral creatures. Essentially, you can shoot them and break them. Wait till you get grenade launchers on your weapons. Yes, you get grenade launchers on your weapons. And you can take them out really easily. Because they're just all in big swarms, so you just knock them out, like I said, with grenades. This way of doing it, not really useful. But yeah, so, though some of them will do different things. Some hurt your battery, some hurt your health, some will, you know, they'll do different things. So you kind of have to be careful around them. In my opinion, the biggest pain in the asses are the bats, because there are some that swarm like, you know, because they fly, so it's kind of hard to hit them with grenades. There are other ones that look like little blobs on the ground, and they're really cute. They look like a Final Fantasy enemy. And now we get the cool, I just loved walking through this, like, just this random area that's like a rainforest. I think the explanation for that is that because of the time fall and everything, like, certain, like, vegetation in certain places grows faster. So it's kind of cool. It just kind of provides some biodiversity in areas instead of just being desert.
Done and done.
Construction process now complete.
So I'll say something else that's really nice about watchtowers in this game, is they can be, I believe, they can be accessed remotely, which is really nice. And as you see the little shield with the 6, it will tell you how many enemies are in this enemy camp.
How you doing, Sam?
So I would say it always behooves you to put a watchtower by an enemy camp. Always useful, in my opinion. But those ones, actually, you can access them remotely through your ring. You just can't be in a vehicle. And I think you have to be somewhere where the chiral network is connected. I think I tried once, because like an enemy camp was just outside of the chiral network. So, and I tried to access it from like the other side of the camp from where I put the tower, and it wouldn't let me access it remotely. So I think those are about the only 2 restrictions. I love walking into this place, and now it's like, hey, we're in Vietnam. We're in a freaking jungle. like the little marker that shows up when you're aiming. It's like, hey, you're blocked by something. The way he's done it in the past, because the gunplay works like it was in the last game, which was kind of an evolution of the way gunplay worked in Metal Gear Solid 5. It was clear when you were kind of blocked by something, because the way he worked with the targeting reticle, how it would kind of look like one kind of dimmed out. It kind of showed like, hey, here's where you want to be aiming, but here's where your bullets are going to hit, because you see how far he sees me? Like, I call bullshit on that. But, you know, it'll kind of show you how the depth perception of it kind of works. It's a well done. It was a perfectly fine feature. It's just where it kind of shows you that little yellow marker like that shows you, hey, your shot's blocked. It's simple, it's nice, it's easy to see. I think that's my point, is what it was in the last game and what it was in MGS5, where it wasn't as easy to see, or it was a little not confusing, but it just, when things got hectic, this is just easier to see, interpret, and understand.
All designated cargo successfully recovered. Proceed to delivery destination for processing.
And in the event it hasn't been mentioned, we haven't gotten a tutorial or anything for it, it actually behooves you to knock out all the enemies in a camp when you infiltrate, because if you don't, they'll actually not just, they'll actually, I'm not gonna say like get bigger, but there will be more enemies the longer you let them kind of sit. It's like mowing the grass. If you keep coming back and keep knocking them out, mostly because enemy camps are great places to farm materials for building roads, and there is a monorail system eventually. So, you know, these are great places to farm materials. It is actually good for you to knock out the enemies, because then there's always going to be fewer there instead of more. It's kind of like the way that infiltrating places in Metal Gear Solid 5 worked, where it's like, hey, if you headshot more people, it's more likely that guards are going to wear helmets, or if you keep, you know, infiltrating this place and doing X, they're gonna make response Y, so that it's harder for you to do it next time. So you always kind of have to change your approach. It's similar with this, except I think just a much simpler concept of, hey, you keep kind of mowing the grass so that so that the camp doesn't get bigger, essentially. Swipe myself some more climbing anchors, and let's get the heck out of here. If you're wondering why I'm not speeding this up at this point, it's because we're about to get a song that's going to play, and it's kind of nice.
Get it done.
There it is. Okay, you know what? This song's not the best. There's some of them that I think are really good, and then there's some of them that I'm like, it's fine, but it's a bit of a miss. Yeah, and this is a moment where, yeah, we need to speed this up. You know what? I kind of like this song sped up. It kind of has like a weird like banjo feel to it. Aw. Start it over again. Come on, Sam, you've almost made it.
Hola, you're Sam, right? I assume you're here to drop off that stolen cargo of ours? With those chiral density gauges in our possession, we'll be able to determine where BGs are likely to appear in the future. So, let's get a look at those containers and see if we're good to go. Get you going. You sure know how to take care of your cargo. Picked this up while you were out and about, huh? Thanks. I just have to say that you're an absolutely... Looks like our chiral density gauges are just about good to go. So, let's see what that Cupid of yours can do.
Yeah, I love it every time you you connect, you kind of float a little bit there. It's always cute.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
It's high time we got on the chiral network. Our BT research should go a hell of a lot faster now. We just shared some data with you that'll let you fabricate blood grenades, a kind of anti-BT weapon, and build timefall shelters too. I think you'll find both very useful. The chiral density gauges you brought us have been safely integrated into our systems. We can resume all distribution center operations and get back to business as usual. A lot of lives are going to be saved thanks to you. Oh, it's one of the fruits of our joint effort with the lab to develop
What's a blood grenade? Come on, Sam, you used them in the last game.
Weapons against these entities have been created with the blood of doom sufferers. And so, production is wholly reliant upon regular donations from rare individuals like yourself. Securing a stable supply has been difficult. Though you'd know all about that, given your experiences with the UCA. But this weapon utilizes synthetic blood with all the same anti-BT properties. Derived from samples taken from doom sufferers, it can be produced at scale to meet demand. And despite its artificial nature, it's actually proven to be more potent than the genuine article. So you can think of our new weapon as a more full-blooded version of the hematic grenade it replaces. In any case, we won't need to ask you for your blood ever again, so rest easy. If you want to test it out, we have some training facilities here at the distribution center. Feel free to access the delivery terminal and give them a try. So, you probably think timefall shelters are only good for getting out of the rain, right? Wrong. Our timefall shelters are different, you see. After extensive research and development, we were able to outfit them with a system that disperses a BT repellent fluid. So if you've got one on your tail and it's about to grab you, these shelters are the perfect way out. Only downside is that the repellent has a limited supply, so make sure you don't run low. It has other perks too. The shelter can purify timefall and convert it into drinkable water, allowing you to top up your canteen on the go. We've posted an aid request so you can fabricate a shelter to see how it works. Researchers at other facilities are also in the process of looking into how various structures might be improved. As you expand chiral network coverage, we'll be able to share information and coordinate our efforts more effectively. And I'm sure we will all make even faster progress as a result. So keep on doing what you do and linking up places for us. This whole area is a chiralium-rich environment, so there's a much higher risk of BTs showing up. We've been coordinating with the research lab nearby, sharing data, etc. All to help develop BT avoidance and elimination solutions. One of the largest void outs ever recorded happened down south, don't forget, giving rise to a massive tar belt. So massive that it completely cut us off from the land beyond. We can't afford to let that kind of tragedy repeat itself here. But between the cargo you've delivered to us and our new connection to the chiral network, I think we got a shot. We're gonna make it through this. By the way, you're planning to visit the research lab, yeah? You'll have to pass through some dangerous territory then. We'll do a quick survey of the chiral density, so you might not want to leave right away. And let's not forget that you just tackled one of our toughest orders on record. Tell you what, we got a nice private room here that you can use to catch your breath. We'll get started on prepping the cargo for your next run in the meantime.
Alright guys, we're getting here to the end of the video, so I think there's going to be more dialogue, so I'm going to run through my outro here. So thanks for watching. Social media in the description, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. See y'all in the next one, but until then, I'm out.
Shelter immediately.
fine. You guys?
The facility's intact, but the research lab might have taken a hit. The local chiralium levels appear to be rising. Better hurry over there, Sam. Head to the delivery terminal upstairs and check their order.